DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon. And let's say hello to our other vixen, shall we? First up, we've got lovely Lumi. How you doing, Lumi?
Hey, I'm a Lumi.
Hey, you're a Lumi and you're blonde this week. It looks good. I like it. Blondes have more fun, they say. And we've got Mixtress Rin. Hi, Rin.
Hi.
Hello, hello. I love your eyeshadow.
Thank you. It's Happy Pride. Pride Month's almost gone, so.
Very fun, very fun. And last but not least, we've got Jennifer, TheJuiceFairy Winstead.
Peeps, how's everybody doing?
Hi, you've got new hair too.
I do have new hair, I do.
It's cute. I really like it. All right. Yeah. How was everyone's weekend?
Did I see that? Comment in the chat if you like it. Just kidding.
Yeah, guys, show us some love. Come on, man. It is freaking hot everywhere. We're all miserable and hot, but you know what? Other than that, how's everyone's weekend going?
I drilled a finger.
What?
I drilled one of my fingers. I drilled a small hole into it, then proceeded to take down a tree. Okay. Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. I put it on mute because if everybody would have seen that, oh God, he did it. Because he knows now that I'm talking, I'm on camera. That's my boy. He did it on purpose. He thought he was going to catch me. I hit the mute button. As soon as he came by, I knew he was going to do something.
You were ready for him. Anyway, you were taking down a tree?
Yeah, and that fell on me.
And the tree fell on you?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I took off all the top branches, all the side branches. I was having a mild heart attack all the while. But then we got back to just the big stump, and I had a really crappy chainsaw situation. Like one of those little battery operated ones. So I was outside with a hatchet trying to like make little divots into the trunk because I didn't cut it halfway. I left it about 8 feet tall. And I took a hatchet and I started going towards the trunk and I started hatcheting it. And then I had like a little handheld saw and I'd go back and forth with that. And then I'd switch back to the chainsaw. And I was in the process of trying to like move the tree just a wee bit so that I could get the chainsaw in at a better angle. And poof, right on top of me, and I got pinned under it.
Timber right on top of Lumi.
And my arm's a little beat up. It's not too visible on camera, thank God.
Well, good thing you didn't get any worse than that. So.
Oh, my ass is blue.
Wow.
And my legs, my knees.
That sounds terrible. That sounds no fun.
Everything's swollen and scraped and raw. But hey, apparently blondes have more fun.
That's right. They do.
We're fixing to find out as I lighten this hair because I'm going to go really
this is
light. I
just
couldn't do it all at once.
This is just like a stage in your whole process, right? This is just a stop.
This is a stop in the process. I have an appointment 2 weeks from now. I'll be lighter in 2 weeks.
Nice.
I just don't want to fry my hair, you know?
Right. Yeah, you want to be careful with that. You don't want to fry it and treat your hair nice, right?
Yeah, because I want it to stick around.
How about you, Rin? Are you having a good weekend?
I'm kind of just recouping from Friday. We drove to and from Michigan all in one day for a memorial.
wow.
So
Yeah.
being in the car that long isn't fun.
Yeah. That being a long car ride's always kind of suck it right out of you.
How long is the car drive?
Well, it's supposed to be about 3.5 hours, but we kept stopping places and it was raining really bad and there was detours. So we didn't get back till about 10 and we left at about 10 in the morning. So it was
I've
a
been
lot.
single flavor testing stuff this week. Have you, Rin?
I did some. I actually did a video today for the first time in like a month and a half. I did like the new flavor art ones. There's some good ones in there.
I got some of the flavor art ones. Bull City send them to me. Woohoo, they're
Nice.
so awesome. They sent them to me to review because they don't have a lot of reviews on those and a lot of Purulums on their site, so people would have an idea, to review the flavors that we get. And I've that green strawberry is deceiving because it is not green to me. Is it green to you, Rin?
No, I get like a sour strawberry hard candy.
I do too. I get it. It's close to the Flavora one, but cheaper. And it's got more of a candy taste, but not sweet, if that makes any sense. So I was really intrigued by it because when it said green on it, I was so scared of it. I was like, oh God, flavor art and green strawberries is their forte. This is gonna be awful because they're already calling it green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I have bad experience with juicy strawberries, so I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then when I did it, I was so pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh,
Have you tried the cherry?
yes. What did you think about that? I think it's a cherry juice, like ocean spray cherry juice.
I got baby powder.
Baby powder. What percentage did you use? Oh, never mind. Rin percentage.
0.75.
That's what I did it at. But I mean, at my regular tasting ass, I mean, I know that I'm a little bit more sensitive than the average person, but I did mine at 0.75 and I did it at 1.25. And at 0.75, it was like an ocean spray cherry juice, pretty much.
Nice.
Not as sweet, maybe it needs sweetener. So for you, I would say try it at 0.25.
Well, the thing is like when I looked online, like they had it at like 1.5. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do half of that and I'll be all right.
No,
Apparently not.
because
Straight
I
up
did it
baby
a little
powder.
bit lower at 1.25, and that didn't cut it. So then I cut it in half for me. So I mean, for you, you need to cut mine in half.
I increased it, so I guess I just scrap that.
I went the other way.
Yeah, it gets perfumey if you go up.
Yeah,
Not
that's
really
what-
perfumey, but floral.
Yeah, it was like perfume baby powder is what I got from
But
it.
it's not medicine-y.
I like the banana candy more than I thought I would. Did you try
I haven't tried that one yet. I did try that cheesecake Olympus. It's really good. It's really good. It's missing some tart notes. It's creamy, but it's pulls off a cheesecake. Maybe a cheesecake made out of a really milky cream cheese instead of a heavy cheesecake. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but not yet. That's what I actually have in here right now.
I think I had to increase that one because it was very thin for me. I got a lot of crust from it, not a whole lot of cheesecake from it. I did them all at 0.75. That's like just across the board. So I increased that to 1. I haven't tried it again. I'm hoping that helps it. But so far, I'm not really impressed with that one. The ones I liked the most were the banana candy, the plum. The plum I really like. It actually tastes like a plum.
I haven't tried that one yet. I've really been taking my time because, since I'm tasked with writing a review, I'm like, oh God, I need to make sure I get this right.
And the vanilla cookie was actually good.
The vanilla cookie was good. It's almost like their regular cookie toned down some with some heavier vanilla notes, but not cream notes, if that makes any sense.
Good. So it's still a cookie, but the vanilla. Nice.
Yeah, it has a nice texture to it.
I'm hoping Sam picked up the plum because I think we're doing plum soon for Noted, but too soon for me to get FA flavors. But not too soon.
Do you think they have them in Canada?
Maybe, but
Yeah, but why do that, right?
Right.
When
The
we
thing
got
is,
friends
too,
in
is
friends in the Bull City kind of flavors places.
exactly. You got friends like Bull City. I was waiting, purposely waiting, because I knew the FA was coming out with new flavors. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait and put it in order. Finally, I'm like, I can't wait anymore. Like, I've got noted coming up for things, and it's gonna take a while to get. I know it takes me a while to get flavors. I've got to make an order. The very next day, they come out with the new FA flavors. I'm like, gosh, dang it!
Yeah, that always sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm really interested in trying their pineapples, the
Yeah,
pina
because
colada,
original is awful.
and their pineapple, because it doesn't smell like, I've only smelled it. Doesn't smell like burning tires,
It doesn't
so it
smell
might
like
be
a tire,
okay. I just
dumpster
don't
fire.
know yet.
Yeah, it doesn't taste. I don't get the onion or tire from it.
Oh, that's good.
But even that being said, I still didn't love it. I get like a little bit of a plastic note from the regular one, because like there's two. There's like the pina colada, and then there's the Costa Rica pineapple or something like that. But yeah, the pina colada is not bad, but the regular pineapple just, it has like a little bit of a plastic note to it. But
It has a smell out the bottle that I was like, I'll try those later, because I'm such a pineapple person that I'm like, it doesn't smell like I'm gonna love it. So let me do the ones I think I might like. Actually, I tried the ones I thought I was scared of. 2 I'm scared of, and 2 I thought I'd like. The cookie and the cheesecake I thought I'd like. The green strawberry I was scared of, and I was scared of the cherry. So I tried those. I try to make myself do it that way. And the next round will be 2 I'm scared of and 2 I'm gonna probably like.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. All right, guys, let's talk about this week's flavor profile. You guys can see the picture there in the corner. Did you guys enjoy mixing this for the show?
Heck yeah.
Rin, you picked this, right? And this was submitted by Ken Pabon.
Ken Pabon.
Ken Pabon
Pabon.
submitted this picture. And at first I'm like, I don't like fruits. Like, I'm not, but you know what? As hot as it's been lately, I've really enjoyed messing around with just fruits and kind of putting the bakeries to the side for the time being. And I had a good time with this. I did a few versions. But how about you, Ren? Did you like mixing this up?
Yeah. It's pretty much up my alley as far as things that I like.
Yeah.
And it's getting warm, so these are like profiles that I like them all year round, but around this time is like when like lime and lemon are, things that I want.
Yeah, speaking of lime and lemon, I'm interested to hear what Lumi has to say about this, because I know she doesn't enjoy mixing with citrus. So how did you like mixing this week's profile?
I don't enjoy mixing plain fruits, period. I just don't. It's not my thing. I am a dessert person, so my recipe might taste like a dumpster fire.
All right.
But it was good enough that I didn't want to go to sleep last night because I was vaping it, but then I did add a little bit of cooling to it. So it's definitely going to be like a one and done thing. Like it was fun for last night. It's fun for part of today, and then I'm gonna have to rewick and then just drop it because cooling and fruits are not my thing.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you're enjoying it while you have it, and while you had to do it. So, I will go first. I just decided I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna preface mine with the disclaimer that I use coolants kind of like sweeteners. So I don't necessarily put them in all my recipes, but you do you, boo, and like use it like salts, If you want it, add it, go for it, do what you want, I just don't use coolants in recipes. So anyway, with that being said, let's just jump right on into it. It's pretty simple. It's kind of I tend to normally do simple mixes, and it's 2% Wonder Flavors boysenberry raspberry, a 2% SSA sweet watermelon, 1% Flavora tropical citrus, and then 0.5% Indoor natural mint. So the sweet watermelon and the boysenberry raspberry, they're very kind of basy, syrupy, sweet, like heavy kind of fruits. Really good, really sweet. I like it. But to kind of balance it out and give it some brightness, I added the tropical citrus. I didn't want to go like just lemon or just add a lime. I just wanted a general kind of bright citrus. And at 1%, it's really not that, like, it's noticeable, but it's not, it doesn't overtake the other fruits. The other fruits are definitely the main focus. It's just there to add some intrigue, if you will, you know, to balance out the recipe. And then for the mint, I went with Indoor natural mint. I just like this one. It's a very herbally type of natural mint, and it doesn't excuse me, it doesn't really have any cooling effect to it. So like I said, if you want to throw some polar blast in there or something, you go right ahead. But I enjoy this mix, and I think it's pretty tasty. That's all I have to say about it, really. It's kind of straightforward.
I like it. It looks really good. Is it pretty watermelony?
It is. I did want to touch on that a little bit. The SSA sweet watermelon. For those of you guys who haven't tried it yet, it's really good. It's like a thicker, bolder watermelon. It's very similar, in my opinion, to Mullenberry big watermelon. And you guys, if any of you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, you know I'm a big opponent to big watermelon. I love that stuff. Like, that is like the watermelon of choice for me to use. But SSA sweet watermelon is very similar to it, so I went with that one instead. And I really like it. It's very watermelon. The watermelon and the berries are definitely the forward front. And I know it's got, the picture has a strawberry on it, but excuse me, to me, strawberry and watermelon it's overplayed. I wanted to be a little bit different, so I'm like, I don't care, I'm gonna go a little off the picture, and I did boysenberry raspberry instead.
I mean, there's like a ton of fruits in there. You can't throw them all, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost omitted the citrus portion of the mix myself, so I understand that.
Yeah, I like tropical citrus because it's like indescript, you know, like it's got a bright citrusness to it, and also a little bit of like that funky kind of tropical note to it that just fit with that picture, you know. And,
spoiler alert, I used that same citrus.
Oh, did you? Yay!
Yeah.
Well, you can go next then.
I'll go next. I'll go next since I did a quick spoiler alert.
So,
wait a minute. How can you omit a picture that you submitted? It better be fucking spot on.
Because I can.
No.
If I blur my eyes and I cross them like this, I don't see it.
She's a juice fairy. She does what she wants.
I make a juice.
That's right.
Anyhow, I use Flavor West watermelon at 4%. Candy watermelon at that. Because I needed something to sweeten it up so I wouldn't have to use any sweetener. And it's a watermelon that's very artificial, so it would be like a Kool-Aid watermelon is what I was going for as far as the liquid that you see inside. I used Capella double apple at 1% because watermelon and double apple just go together. I use SSA garden mint instead of a sweetener in it, and I use it at 0.75 so it wouldn't be very prevalent in it, but it still gives you that herbally garden mint, natural mint flavor in there.
I forgot about that flavor.
And it's just intriguing, and it's there, but it's not too cooling. It's like perfect at 0.75. It's mild enough, but it's there, present. I use FA pear at 0.5 to give it some body, like from the juicy chunks of the watermelon, without adding any realistic watermelon, anything else that was mostly for the body. That's why it's only at 0.5%. You can't really pick up the pear in it, but it's there. Cap's Sweet Guava. The reason I use Cap Sweet Guava is because that's like a fruit punch to me, kind of sort of flavor. So mixed with the candy watermelon, it gave it that fruit punch, watermelon fruit punch type flavor that would be the juice part of it, you know, where you're drinking it out of a straw. I use tropical citrus as 0.5 because I didn't want a strong citrus note, but I did want it to be present, and if nothing else, to give it the sourness, a sour, funky flavor in there. And then Flora Wild Melon at 0.75 to boost again that watermelon.
Because, I mean, wild melon.
Because wild melon, yeah.
Because wild melon. Like, there, do you see the crap they're giving you in chat?
No.
What a snitch.
Hold on, let me go check this chat out. My phone was almost dead. Who's giving me crap? Who is it?
They all are.
Huh?
Do you want me to read it? I'll read it.
Starting with Addie saying it's verified.
Hold on, I'm looking.
That's funny.
Who is it? I still don't see it. They're hiding it from me. I don't see it.
All right.
It
Never
doesn't
mind.
exist. It's
Read
fine.
it to me, Rin.
So Attitude, you said it's verified. I said that you threw the entire produce section in there. And then James said, only Winstead can make a fruit mix with 7 flavors. Jesus. And I said, get all your vitamins.
Yeah, just shut up, guys. Just be quiet. Enjoy it. And it's not that verified. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it.
In all fairness, though, this does look really good. I like what you did with it. I completely didn't even think about garden mint. That would have been a fabulous mint to use. And sweet guava for that kind of, you're right, because it is like a kind of Hawaiian punchy type fruit juicy, you know. Like.
And when I saw this picture, I was already in the mood for something fruity and sweet and, you know, refreshing before it was this week. So I mixed that, and I've been vaping it for like 2 weeks now. I mean, it's really good to me. But I mean, I made a 60 mil of it, and I made a 10 mil of a pod recipe out of it with the same percentages, and it worked in a pod as well. However, I will say that my pod does vape a little bit warm, so you don't have to push it up that much. I'm using one of the Inokin's Chroma Z with the 0.8 ohm coil, so it's not like a 1 point something ohm coil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure it makes all the difference. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried that Flavor West candy watermelon. Is it punchy?
Is it what?
Like punchy? Is it like bold?
No, it's like a watermelon blow pop, but it's also watery, so it's not fruity. It's sweet.
It's tough to get watermelon flavors to stand up, you know, like a lot of them.
It's like missing the citrusy or the punchiest part, the citric acid that there is in a blow pop. It's missing that part, but it's good for making juice type watermelon stuff. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be good for a watermelon type mix.
Yeah.
But more for it would be okay for a candy, but you'd have to find a citric note to add in it. Citric acid type note. But that's where the Flavora Wild Melon comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And the double apple.
Because wild melon does stand up. I love that stuff. It's so good. Awesome.
I think I could flip flop between the TFA candy watermelon and the Flavor West. The Flavor West was just the one that was in front of me, and it's good. It's good enough.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. This looks good. Looks pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. All right, Jen or Ren and Lumi. Which one do you want to go first or next?
I'll go. So mine's kind of a culmination between the two of yours. It's got a little bit of both. So I also use the SSA Garden Mint. I really like it. It's got that herbal note to it without being too much. It reminds me of like a mojito type of accent that you would get. It works really well with citrus and things of that nature. So I use that at 0.25, pretty low. I used 0.25 Flavora Lime for a nice lime. It's one of my favorites. It does fade a little bit, but I mean, most do. I used 0.25 SSA Natural Wild Strawberry because it's one of the few strawberries I can still somewhat taste. It's not very prominent here. The prominent note is the watermelon, which is what I wanted, the watermelon and the lime and the mint. I used 0.25 SSA Pear. I used ripe pear, but that's not in all the flavors. So I don't know if there's two different ones or there's just one pear, but I used ripe pear at 0.25 just for some texture to the watermelon. I like pairing pear with watermelon for that reason. Give it that
Like
slushy,
pears.
granulated thing. And then I used 0.5 SSA Sweet Watermelon because, like Emily, I really like that flavor. It's like a little bit candied, a little bit natural. It's punchy without being harsh the way that because I like big watermelon or whatever it's called from Mollenberry, but it is a little bit harsh to me. The SSA watermelon isn't. So yeah, that's it. I like it.
Very nice.
So you're only 2 flavors away from being verified? Is that what I'm understanding here? Because there's 5 flavors in yours.
Oh, you can't give her crap for 5 flavors, Jennifer.
I mean, they're giving me crap for 7, so I mean, I mean, she's only 2 flavors away.
I don't think I've ever tried that natural wild strawberry. What's that like?
To me, it comes off as almost a powdery, candied strawberry, like a Fun Dip type. But I don't know if that's because of my issues that I'm just pulling that from it. But it does have a little bit of like a sourness to it. I've never had a wild strawberry. I don't know if that's what they're like, is a little bit sour.
I think so. I think they're a little bit tartar, a little bit more sour.
But yeah, it's a nice flavor.
Good.
I would have probably tried that new strawberry if I had it sooner, but
yeah, I probably would have tried the strawberry too if I would have had it sooner because it does have a beautiful note in it that I haven't played with. You know, I've only single flavor tested it.
I think it would work in there. I think a lot of these you could probably swap out for stuff except probably Garden Mint. But like these like profiles together, I just enjoy. It reminds me of like some kind of like I said, like a mojito-ish thing because it's got the
that Garden Mint is great. I love it.
Yeah, and it's not like gum type mint. It's like the actual leaves, which I like.
A little more refreshing, you know.
Yeah, not like mouthwash.
For sure. Awesome. Well, this looks good too. I think all these are looking pretty tasty. I am anxious to see what the heck Lumi came up with, as this is not her normal wheelhouse for profiles.
I was about to say I didn't do anything that you guys did because I stuck with my one true love, VSO.
Yeah. Okay.
And I really Bayless.
It made me.
Yeah, I was scared of Bayless when she said her one true love too. I was like, oh my god, she put Bayless in a fruit.
I might just do that to throw you guys off sometime. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe in the next profile I will. But yeah. The best thing about this recipe, I had 2 epiphanies. You ready for it? First off, Bull City needs to carry VSO. Second off, I need to refill my lemonade by Flavora. So, without further ado, I will go over my recipe.
Too bad you don't live close to me because I've got like an extra bottle somehow of Flavora lemonade. I've got backups of backups apparently.
And I went, like, I still have my OG bottle of it, and it's like almost empty. The title is almost like not there anymore because it wore off.
That's
And
really
there's
interesting that you do like lemonade from Flavora.
we have mixed feelings, but if I'm going, I thought about going down the Larry loophole and adding a liquor to it, but then I realized I don't know what mixed beverages are supposed to taste like because I'm not bougie like that.
I love that you named it fruit bowl thing.
I really had no idea what to do. I added a couple of fruits and I was like, okay, what can I add to make this more beveragey? So I was thinking liquor. I didn't really have any good liquors. I guess I could have used that new tequila or whatever by Flavora, but not such a fan of tequila. But anyways, I did Honeydew VSO 1.22, Lemonade by Flavora 2.11. I really need to lower that. I think. I don't know. It could just be me because it's kind of punching me in the face. Polar Blast at 0.13. So basically 2 little mini droplets. Strawberry VSO 2.43. Watermelon VSO 3.12.
Nice.
I was like,
You
if I'm going for a bowl filled with fruit, why not just go with the most authentic fruits on the market?
Exactly. VSO fruit flavors are, yeah, they're pretty darn authentic when it comes to that. So.
And then a dash of lemonade.
Very cool. A little lemonade just for that citrus punch, and
it makes the juice. You know what I mean? That's the beverage part.
It does.
And
Yep.
it adds that little bit of citrus note that I normally have to avoid because if I don't use Flavora's lemonade in great quantities, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 2.11 of Flavora lemonade is a big quantity.
It is.
I think that's pretty stout.
You're not messing around with a little bit of lemon there with 2%.
That 2.11 is pretty freaking.
That's why I'm thinking I should lower it, but at the same time, I'm digging it. I'm afraid of what it's gonna do to my mouth.
By lowering it?
Well, hopefully, I think it's synthetic, so it might not do anything.
There was what was it? Lemon Sicily. I was trying to open up the bottle, and that should be artificial or whatever. But when I opened it, a bunch of the liquid got on my hand, and instantly it just started poofing out and turning red and itchy. So I cannot touch lemon Sicily.
It might be the citric acid in it. I mean, because even if it's synthetic, it's got to have some acidity in it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of citric acid, that little bit of acid in the citrus flavor does the mix makes all the difference in the world to balance out, even if it's just a basic fruit mix. And even though these are really good, like authentic kind of medium flavors, like they're not too basy and sweet, and they're like very authentic and bright. Still, to have that little bit of acidity or that little bit of citric note to kind of give it some intrigue, it makes all the difference in the world. I did a version where I completely left out citrus altogether and just went with like the berry, the watermelon, the mint, and it was completely different. And even though I only have 1% tropical citrus in it, like it was just so different. It was just flat, and it didn't have any. It was just boring and flat, and like it wasn't good. And you just add a little bit of that citrus, and it just excites the palate. You know, it just wakes your mouth up.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you for sharing it. That actually looks really good too. I haven't tried VSO Honeydew yet, so I'm excited to try that. I might have to mix this up because I can see myself digging this mix.
So you could tell me how much of a dumpster fire it is since it's not up my alley.
Yeah, I mean, if you like it, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? And she might
I like
as
it
well.
for the moment. I won't make it again.
Happy when the moment is done. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we only had one person play along with us. Guys,
I'm reading it.
We had 2 weeks that we gave you to put in your stuff, and only one person. I thought a bunch of people would play along because, I mean, a lot of people like fruit mixes, but we only had one. Good old Sam. Still
I'm
here.
reading it. Me. Okay. I am Sam, a cocktail. We got cooling agent WS23 30% at 0.51. Grape CSC, no idea what that is, 1.01. Grape FE, 0.99. Melon Inawera, 2.49. Mint Lemon CSC, that's really triggering me, 1.11. Super Sweet Capella, 0.49. The Strawberry DIY Flavor Shack, 3.49. Watermelon VSO, 4.47.
It should make you happy he did your percentages.
Okay, and then notes. Here's your percents, Lumi, LMAO. You'll still get mad. My mind palace likes nice, cleanly divisible numbers. LMAO.
There you go. Yeah, so he said he saw grape Kool-Aid in ice. So I think grape is not a bad addition to this whole situation, if you will. I think this looks tasty as well. So yeah, mint. What's CSC? Because it's the new
Chef's super concentrate.
Okay, and all the flavors, the abbreviation is CHF. So in ELR, it's CSC. So that'll be.
And grape and watermelon and cooling agents tend to go really well together. So I mean, I can see this working well.
I bet he'll have. I know FE grape is really good. It's like a grape freaking blow pop because it's the same as SC grape. And that's a really good grape. But I don't know. I haven't gotten my grape CSC grape yet to test it out. So Sam, you'll have to let us know what that grape is like because I'm intrigued by this.
I think I quit vaping with grape mint, and ever since, I mean, it's been years since I've been able to vape a grape and be happy with it. But I think that's just a me thing.
I don't like grapes. Well, I like grapes. I just don't like the flavors of grapes.
I used to love it. So, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, Favor grape. Is it Favor grape or grape soda, maybe? That's a good one. I like.
That's one of the ones from VSO that I'm confused about because it tastes like a pixie stick to me.
Yum.
But
I mean,
grape,
that's not a bad thing.
yeah, I mean, it's good. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, why can't anybody do grape?
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's not a very strong flavor. It's very much water, kind of like watermelon.
Like I was
Watermelon's
just gonna
hard.
say, like watermelon. Yeah. So doing a grape watermelon mix, pretty interesting. Pretty bold move there, Samuel. Pretty bold move.
What's next week's profile?
The week
Ooh.
after.
It's next
Oh.
week's not doing anything because it's 4th of July.
That's true.
So we're taking the week off. But the week after is by another Ken Pabon submission. He got lucky this month and we got a couple of them. But it looks like a crunchberry cheesecake. Or a cheesecake with crunchberries on top. It looks really good. I'm trying to rack my brain and I can't think of any flavors. What's a good crunchberry flavor, guys?
I like the TFA one.
I was about to say, I got pretty lucky and I've already started experimenting with one because we did a Pride show on Fresh's channel and I used TFA's Crunchberry.
And I'm thinking Dave had a breakthrough on Noted on one of the shows that I watched because I sometimes go backwards in time. And he had said that blue raspberry mixed with, and I think it was Dave, with Cap Cereal 27 made a
Blue
perfect
raspberry.
crunch berry mix. I just haven't got the percentages down, but those two flavors I'm going to play with.
If you do before like Tuesday or by Tuesday, will you share it with me? Because I wanna mess with that too. Because I don't have TFA Crunchberry.
Yeah, Cereal 27 and a blue raspberry. And the blue raspberry he was talking about was the blue raspberry from Liquid Barn. But I'm gonna actually mess with a couple different blue ras.
Sam says, and he's on that show. He would know. Sam says Capella Blue Raz Cotton Candy and Cereal 27. And that, actually, now that I see that, yeah, that does ring a bell. That does.
I'll try that, but I think I remember, and maybe you guys were debating back and forth, but I think I vividly remember him saying blue raspberry from Liquid Barn.
Okay. Well,
but I'll try both.
We're going to have some tasty stuff for you guys to check out the week after next. Again, next week, 4th of July, we won't be here. Week after next, cheesecake in your face.
I'm not doing cheesecake. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm done with cheesecake. It's going to be something else.
All right, well.
It's going to be an ice cream cake, a cream cake.
Yeah, it could be, like an ice cream cake or a
custard cake.
A mousse type.
Whipped cream mix.
Mousse pie.
Penis.
Sure.
Never had a penis that looks like that.
It can be what you want.
I've never had one that looks like that either. And if I had that many balls and those different colors, I wouldn't want to go near it.
Ribbed for her pleasure, man. Ribbed for her pleasure.
What?
Sounds like a disease. I'm good.
I have no idea. Anyway, on that note, guys, if you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple places you can do that. DIYFlavorChaser.com, we have a one-shot line. Or if you're shopping at Chef's, those same one-shots are there as well under the MIXINVIXENS. Or at Flavor Jungle. If you're shopping at Flavor Jungle and Ren and I still have some there as well, we would love your support. If not, we love you anyway. And you guys have anything else to add before we get on out of here?
Have a happy 4th of July, everybody in the U.S. And
Be
everybody
safe.
else shoot off a piece of firework on our name.
Well, no, wait a minute. Be safe, be respectful towards veterans that are suffering through PTSD because fireworks trigger people. So be respectful, do them at proper hours, make sure you're doing them properly, be safe.
Yeah, all that jazz. Absolutely. All right, guys, we will see you in a couple weeks. It was fun. We love y'all.